Sakafets YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Let us make this easy breakfast sandwich. Hello my darlings, so I'm back with a new recipe, and this one is for a creative way to make your breakfast sandwich. I'm going to be prepping all of my ingredients. The description box will have all of the ingredients that I'm using, but just to let you know, I'm using some bell peppers, red and green. I'm using some spring onions, some onions, eggs, sausages. Guys, you can make this your own. You can also add cooked bacon to this if you prefer, or you can choose to not put any meat option in this, but it's really nice with the sausages. So I'm now going in with my eggs, guys. I can't seem to just break my eggs into the main bowl like that. I have to remove any of that little white thing in the egg. I know a lot of Caribbean people do this. Let me know in the comments if you do it. It's just something that I do traditionally, and for some reason I just can't seem to have the egg if it has it in there. So I'm going to be using about 3 or 4 eggs. You can use less eggs if you're making a smaller portion, but I find this batch makes about 5 or 6 toasts. You can always add more of whatever it is that you prefer. I'm also just gonna mix that up and set it to one side, and then I'm also just gonna season it with some sea salt, black pepper, and a little bit of chili powder. You can put paprika, whatever you prefer in yours, but I find that when it has that little spice, it's the best. I'm going to be using some brioche bread. This is my favorite bread ever, and all I will be doing is just cutting out the insides of this bread, because as you will see, we will be filling it up and then putting that piece that we cut out back on. It's really creative way to, you know, jazz up breakfast for your kids. Like I said, a lot of you always ask me to make breakfast recipes, and because I'm not really a fan of breakfast per se, never really make breakfast, but yeah, I'm hoping to give at least 3 or 4 breakfast recipes in the coming days. So to a clean pan, I'm just going to add in some butter, allow that to melt. My heat is also on the lowest because you really want this to cook through all the way. I find that a high heat just allows it to cook on the outside but not on the inner. So I'm going to put about 2 brioche bread in there simply because my pan is quite big. However, if you want to do this one at a time, you can do it, okay? I'm going to put a generous amount of the filling in the center, pat it down to make sure that it fills up the space really well, and then I'm going to go ahead and just pop that little bit of bread that we cut out from earlier back on the top. Okay, allow that to cook for at least 3 to 4 minutes on both sides because you want this to cook fully. Okay, alternatively you can also bake this in the oven, but I prefer it this way because I find that it just gives it a nice little crisp and it's just amazing. After about 3 minutes, I'm just going to flip it over, and oh my goodness guys, look at how amazing this looks. After about 7-8 minutes in total, this is done. Look at how amazing guys, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. Just gonna transfer it to a baking dish, just set it aside to rest for a bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and just cook the remainder of my breakfast sandwiches. Okay, and there you have it, my loves, all done. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. Don't forget to try it sometime. It has been a pleasure being here in the kitchen with you, and I'll see you again in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.